Video on the ongoing fallout from the Mueller probe. There's this repetition going on, one of another talking points that's going on. And with these talking points, I'm wondering, is it necessarily somebody planning these things? Because I think if I was planning what all these people are saying and I was disseminating this information, I would want them to use different terms, kind of spice it up a bit, put some diversity in there instead of just using the same things. Oh, what do you mean that was does it mean it's not a witch hunt? This is one of them. People are like, okay, they're asking Trump supporters, they're talking to people. This was a question actually asked directly of Donald Trump when he was sitting with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. They're like, so does that mean it's no longer a witch hunt now that you've been exonerated? Because I think the assumption by these people who ask these questions is that Trump was saying it's a witch hunt this whole time. And now that it has exonerated him, he's now saying, oh, yeah, okay, we should listen to him. I mean, look, it's exonerated me. So they're saying that him saying it's a witch hunt before is a switch now, that you can't have said that was a ridiculous thing to do and then now give it some kind of validity. But there's just something with the definition of these things. And this is my observation about the world. Problems occur because of how we define X, not because of what X actually is. Now, I go into semantics sometimes because I think it's very important, especially when you're talking about these world-changing type of things. These are big things to kind of worry about. So look, a witch hunt itself was not called a witch hunt because they actually found witches at the end of the day. There were no witches. I mean, you can say maybe they were. People believe in some supernatural thing. There's still Wiccans and things like that now. You think you can still actually... There's still people who believe in that kind of supernatural thing. But in the understanding that we have, the historical understanding that we have, I think we all know that they weren't actually that many witches. It was called a witch hunt because they were making things up. So if you were the actual... target of a witch hunt, and then you're going out and you're like, this is a witch hunt, we need to stop this, it's a literal witch hunt, they're literally calling me a witch, and then the people who are researching this end up finding like, okay, that person wasn't a witch, he wasn't a witch, he's not a wizard, or is it a wizard? Yeah, he's not a wizard. Is this warlock? He's not a warlock, and she's not a witch, so we're going to let them out. After that point, you can come out and be like, I'm glad it's over. Like, then some other people come up to you and they say like, hey, are you that witch that they were talking about before? Are you that warlock? And then you say like, no. Look, the mob has stopped those inquisitions. The people in the Inquisition have stopped this nonsense. They put that scarlet letter on me. They've taken it off. Look, that witch hunt is over. Then someone's like, well, before you said it was a witch hunt, but now that they're no longer hunting you and you're telling me that they're right to have stopped, should you kind of apologize to them for saying that was a witch hunt? Should you go back to those churches and those mob people who were with their actual pitchforks and torches and knocking on your door? Shouldn't you go and apologize to those people? Because you said it was a witch hunt, and that's very hurtful to what these people were doing. They were just going on actual information. They had talked to God and had gone to this information, and you had done all these suspicious things. Like, why were you dancing under the moonlight? Why were you supposedly working with the devil and things like this? No, these people don't even understand words. It was not called a witch hunt because they actually found witches. Donald Trump can easily be completely correct with it being a political witch hunt and still be glad that it's over and say, look, these people did all those research. These insane people put me on, they weighed me on like Monty Python with a duck to see if I was made of wood. They figuratively threw me in the water. They did all these absurd tests that they say are used to actually find witches. And they found that he was not a witch. So yes, you can completely be right that it was a witch hunt and still be glad and supportive and call attention to the fact that that witch hunt, even under those witch hunty parameters, could not prove you to be this fictitious character of a witch. So in my continued want to have people define things in similar ways and have a similar understanding, I'm going to read the definition of witch hunt here from Wikipedia. Now, with Wikipedia, it's an online encyclopedia. People can update, so some people question the veracity of certain things, but it's an up and down, and that's just how I think life is. It's more of an organic position where some things change, some things don't. But I think witch hunt is still something that we can count on here. So I'm just going to read the opening here. So, a witch hunt or a witch purge is a search for people labeled witches or evidence of witchcraft, often involving moral panic or mass hysteria. The classical period of witch hunts in early modern Europe and colonial North America took place in the early modern period, or about 1450 to 1750, spanning the upheavals of the Reformation and the Thirty Years' War, resulting in an estimated 35,000 to 100,000 executions. The last executions of people convicted as witches in Europe took place in the 18th century. In other regions like Africa and Asia, contemporary witch hunts have been reported from sub Saharan Africa and Papua New Guinea, and official legislation against witchcraft is still found in Saudi Arabia and Cameroon today. In current language, witch hunt metaphorically means an investigation usually conducted with much publicity, supposedly to uncover subversive activity, disloyalty, and so on, but really to weaken political opposition. So that's it. There's going to be a link below to that. And I think the Mueller thing falls into that. I mean, if you are a supporter, and there's a lot of actual arguments for it being completely accurate that this was done to reduce the political power of Donald J. Trump, and it's held him back from doing certain things. I'm sure there's certain people who thought they might have been a chance of this, and they thought, let's not work with this person. It's definitely been something. Oh, if you fire Rod Rosenstein, the deputy assistant, the deputy attorney general, then that's showing that you're obstructing. So there's certain people he could have fired or removed that could have been twisted as, okay, this is some kind of obstruction. And also with this whole thing, Rod Rosenstein, people were saying if he fires him, that's proof of him trying to obstruct, trying to make sure he doesn't get caught with this. Now, this report went in, the Mueller report went in, the current Attorney General William Barr, he looked at it with the Deputy Assistant Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, who was supposedly somebody the Democrats could trust, and still came out and said there was actually nothing here that's obstruction. But no. We're going to move to obstruction now. The witch hunt continues, and here we go.